we've definitely had an impressive move on Bitcoin, right? So I mean, Bitcoin has finally woken up. I think that you see a lot of this hype building very, very quickly, which for me is a little bit of a concern, right? I've been through many bear markets in my 25 plus years of trading, and it's very rare that a bear market ends with euphoria coming in so quickly. Usually the first 10, 20, 30% after a bear market, investors are very, very skeptical. And that's not what I'm seeing this time. And that makes me a little nervous, to be honest. It does. I think that people were just kind of biding their time and they're just jumping back on the bandwagon. I'm seeing incredible pumping across all social media platforms.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have Gareth Soloway giving us an update on the recent move in Bitcoin and what it means for the crypto market. Gareth has been through many bear markets, and he believes that it's rare to see this much excitement come in so quickly. Typically, the first 10 to 20% of a bear market is met with skepticism, but this time it's different. 2 months ago, as FTX contagion gripped the digital asset market, Bitcoin plummeted to a 2-year low of 15,480. Bitcoin has now risen 23% in the last 7 days, its best weekly performance since February of 2021. In a recent tweet, Soloway warns investors that bear market rallies make you believe a new bull market is here. The fear of missing out after a 30% rise is off the charts, as multiple stocks like Tesla are also experiencing 30 to 50% bounces as well. BTC hasn't taken the FTX collapse highs out yet. Let's check out this latest interview as Gareth Soloway gives his prediction for the next breakout for Bitcoin and what we can expect from the stock and crypto market in the coming months. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
That's kind of where I'm at too, is that, there hasn't been any change. You could argue that the Fed is coming to the end of their hiking cycle, but that doesn't mean interest rates are going to go back down, right? I mean, we figure the Fed funds policy, level is going to remain at 5-ish% for most of 2023. So you don't have that dropping of rates that can stimulate kind of the Bitcoin surge again, like past bear markets ending, nor do you have quantitative easing going on, both of which are unlikely to come in this year. So for me, this is very classic of a bear market rally. And that's why I'm a little skeptical. I had some longs going into this. I was talking about a potential breakout. We've gotten that, but I always said it would be a breakout that would get bulls to kind of jump back on the ship, but it probably is a shorter lived bull market run, intra bear market, right? So let me show my charts here, because I think there's some cool things to look at. So number one, if we see this chart here, right, this is the bull run that we've just experienced. Incredible, right? I mean, we haven't experienced this in quite some time, but number one, I mean, it looks big, but if we zoom out on the chart, I think it's important to keep it in perspective, right? This is what we're talking about. This is what's getting all the hype, is this move up in Bitcoin. And again, like you said, very normal, because people had been kind of lulled to sleep with no volatility. I think we had the lowest volatility in Bitcoin history. So it was kind of dictating something would wake things up. But again, you have to look at, okay, this is the down market and this is where we are right now. Is it anything yet to get excited about? And I'm going to tell you where I'm going to get a little bit excited. If we were to take out this high right here, which is the beginning of the FTX collapse, where we saw FTX, and all the fraud and all that come to light, that's where, if we could get above that psychologically, I think that would be a positive for Bitcoin. That's so important, because people will see an intraday move above or even a close above, get very excited, and then they'll wonder why price gets slammed back down. So you want to see price get above and actually stay there and consolidate there, right? And again, if you look at where Bitcoin has stalled here, it's right at that level. Now, let's talk psychology of the markets, because this will be a great educational part, is that why do these levels have so much resistance? And the answer is this. Over here, you had choppy sideways to up move. You started to make moves to the upside right here, right here. A lot of people were buying Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden, that floor got just pulled out from under them. And they saw their accounts drop by 25, 35, 45%. In some altcoin cases, it was 50%. And so what happens is, when price goes back there, those people that saw their 10,000 account at 5,000, they're made whole again. And there's this psychological thing about saying, okay, I'm back to break even. Let me get out. Let me just walk away at this point. And that's why you have the technical resistance right at that level. So to me, this is the level I'm watching, right around 21,500. Let's see in the next few days what happens. I actually put out a short signal on Ethereum yesterday when we were above 1550. I think we're in a position to see a pullback here. Yeah, and you could see that. I mean, it was just incredible the last couple days, but especially yesterday, how you could see the shorts just where price went up $100 on Bitcoin in a matter of seconds because it was that short covering just squeezing going on. And again, that's the key, is that, if you look at the stock market, and you've been around for a long time, Greg, is that, you see these bear market rallies that are they call them rip your face off rallies because they're so intense and they get so much excitement from bulls. But again, if you look at the stock market, we've had moves like that. And in fact, I showed some charts earlier today. I posted one on Twitter, but basically what it was showing is that since Tesla has topped out, it had moves of 35%, 64%, 50%, and then even down here you're at 18%, where it's, here we are with Bitcoin up 25-30% off of the lows. I mean, that kind of falls right in the midst of these moves that we've seen in Tesla. And I do liken Tesla and the type of people that are investing in Tesla as the same that kind of get involved in Bitcoin and kind of have that mentality. So I think it's important. You could look at any stock. I mean, you could look at Apple, Amazon. A lot of them have these bear market rallies where they jump 30, 40, even 50%, but then ultimately find themselves making new lows. And so I would just caution people out there. Yes, yes, it would be great to know that Bitcoin has made a low pivot and maybe we're starting to head up, but I wouldn't get too excited just yet.
Soloway goes on to discuss the recent moves in the stock market and how they're connected to the crypto market. From GameStop to AMC and Bed Bath & Beyond, he shows how the risk on trade is impacting different asset classes. He thinks the market is going through the January effect, which is the tendency for stock prices to rise in the first month of the year following a year-end sell-off for tax purposes. Combined with the fear from the FTX contagion, navigating the dynamic and ever-changing landscape becomes very interesting.
You could see these moves that were occurring in stocks were precursors, and what it was telling you was that it was a risk on trade again, which then, if you connected the dots, gave us a heads up that if it's risk on in Bed Bath Beyond, GameStop, AMC, all these things were running up ridiculous amounts. Wouldn't it make sense that the crypto market was going to get a squeeze as well? And again, I think that's such a cool thing to kind of connect the dots through different asset classes. And again, we could flip over to AMC here. I mean, you could see the same sort of pop in AMC. I mean, not as dramatic as Bed Bath Beyond, GameStop, all these stocks. I mean, look at GameStop. From this low of $15, it got as high as 20 and one or change. That's a 33%, 40% move right there. So yeah, I mean, you're seeing it across the board. I think partially this is a result of what I call the January effect, right? Where in December, you have lots of pressure from people saying, all right, I made money in crypto early in the year. I booked profits on Doge or this or that. Now I have losses on the rest of my portfolio. Let me sell to kind of not pay taxes or limit my tax liability. And then that's all done coming into January. So you have those sellers kind of going away. And then you also have the fear about FTX and kind of the shorts that we're building there as well, saying, oh, this is going to crush. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I went on interviews in the last 3 weeks and just said, Solana, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely potentially could go to zero, but there's a trade here. And the trade is very simple. It's that, you have an $8 coin that could go to zero. So you're risking $8, put 2% of your portfolio in it, but it could also go up 300%. So it's like a risk reward assessment. And obviously we see here what it ended up doing. But yeah, it's super fun to trade this market.
With the recent rally in the prices of Bitcoin and Ethereum, this has caused the overall crypto market cap to reclaim $1 trillion for the first time since November. This rally is believed to be led predominantly by institutional investors and large corporations. Soloway believes that the end of the bear market is coming sooner than most expect, and investors need to start paying attention. He continues to warn that a recession could bring in the final bottom for Bitcoin and expects a significant amount of volatility in the first quarter of 2023. What do you think about Gareth Soloway's stock and crypto market prediction for this year? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.